Before beginning some new sculptures for the fall, I wanted to create a watercolor painting that really stood out from my previous works. I was really inspired by this photo I had taken on a forest road in the Black Hills where I live. And this is going to be a painting where I'll show you how to use some supplies that will make the whole process a lot easier if you decide to do this on your own. I will also be attempting a technique that could greatly enhance this painting once it nears completion. So when it comes to choosing a medium, watercolor is something that's pretty available and there aren't fumes, so it's really easy for people to do watercolor paintings in their home. Problem though is it can be very hard to control the paint. So today I want to show you a couple tricks that can help you get around that problem so that you can just focus on the actual painting and making the piece rather than being frustrated with the paint running all over and the paper warping and that sort of thing. First though, if you haven't yet, you are welcome to subscribe to my channel by clicking this button right down here in the right hand corner. I'll be putting out a new video every Thursday. So if you click that button and hit the little notification symbol, you will stay updated with those new videos and tutorials. That being said though, let's get started here. So a problem that most people have when they do watercolor paintings is that the paper warps really bad. And when the paper has, bumps all over it, really hard to control that paint if you're trying to do like a wet wash. It's like if you're doing the sky. So that's why, just to save time and to make things easier, I would recommend just getting this watercolor paper board. It's pretty thick. It's not going to warp on you. It's still pretty good quality. And you can pick it up at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or at your local art store. That being said, that's the first trick here. And today we're going to be doing the main trick, which is using this. This is masking tape. And you probably know where I'm going with this one, but I don't think this is going to be as easy as it seems. So we're just going to experiment a little bit with this and see how it works out. And now when I say today, it might be next week's video because today I'm probably just going to focus on roughing in the painting using my reference here. That's why I have a yardstick, is because I'm going to be scaling up this scene here. This photo I took at Sheridan Lake off a forest road here in the fall. The colors are brilliant, but I just have a black and white printer right now, so that's why everything's black and white. This is actually from a different lake, Deerfield Lake, also in the Black Hills where I'm at. I'm just going to be using this one to add some of these trees here, maybe over in the side, to give it some more contrast. And I may be adding some deer in here too as well. Tonight I'm going to see if I can get a few really good photos of the white-tailed deer that come out in my backyard. There's usually like 6 or 8 of them every night, so I might sneak out there with the camera and see if I can't snag some good photos for reference. But it's all stuff that from around here. But that being said, let's go ahead and get started here and see what we can do. Since I'm painting a specific location, I want everything to be as accurate as possible here, but I want to be able to move ahead while I'm working on the painting. I don't want to get stuck on all these little details. So at this point, I'm just roughing in everything by measuring what's on the photo, usually choosing landmarks like trees that stand out more than some of the other shrubbery and all that. And then I scale it up, as you can see me doing right here, because the watercolor board that I'm working with is much, much larger than the photo I printed out. This painting needs to also achieve a sense of perspective too, since technically it is a landscape. So that will be a little bit challenging as the road sort of vanishes off into the edge of the forest. There's also a variety of trees too in the scene, so it'll be kind of challenging trying to get the color scheme correct. Unfortunately, I ran out of time today, so I'll have to cut the video short here, but there will be more material to come. In the next episode, I'll be getting into that technique using the masking tape, and we'll see how that turns out. And I still need to sneak up on those deer in the backyard for some good photos. But it turns out The hunter may become the hunted.